Hi there, I'm Nu-Trix, and today we're looking into two plugins to Audio Unit V3, AUV3, from Sketch Audio. They're for the iOS and also for the Mac if you want to. Two small, efficient, weird, and fun plugins. You have Fuzz Droid. And you have a delay that is also a frequency shifter, Galaxy Brain. Let's just dive in. You'll hear, and you'll know if you like them. So I'm starting off with a bass, simply. Just the bass playing. Let's go in the Fuzz Droid first. Turn it on. There's a drive, so it goes up in volume, of course. I'm going to bring down the volume a little bit. First column is to select the presets. But if you play with the options here, you've got the crunch. Basically, this is how you drive it, it's an asymmetrical drive. That's really cool. It's really rude, it's in your face. You lose all the sustain or delay you had. This is the part that I really like about this, and then you get off code. Now this is the output. So this is the output. You have the headroom. You want the high frequency to have more space. Basically, it's a little bit of a toning if you want at the same time. But this is the part that really is. So this is pretty cool. And you have two types. CP3 minus or plus. So play around until you like it. Now there's also advanced. You have a smoothing option here. If you bring it down to 0, now you hear the grain, you hear the noise. So the sustain you add at the back now appears. If you smooth it, you'll make it disappear gradually. And the other part that is wonderful is this, the bias. If you go back here to 0, you have a bass that is much more just enhanced in a way. If you want it to be nasty, you play with the bias, and that's where it's not there anymore now because it's too biased off. Should I bring that down? This nasty distortion. It's just I feel like the circuit is about to break down. It's just like you're at the edge of. This is really cool. So this is the bias. You get the smoothing, of course. You can make it more round and cleaner, and less of the noisy grain at the back. Get the drive. You can also decide to control. So you get the low pass and a high pass. You can control that. And it can be pre or post for the high pass and low pass. So that's what it is. It's really cool. Different sounds, different presets. And let's actually hear it on, let's say, a drum here. Now I have this changing. See, I programmed the movement on this. Now if I bring this up, So pretty cool for drum also. I love that sound. This is great. Okay, so that's the fun part of this. It's just like very, very harsh distortion, very harsh asymmetrical distortions. I like that. It's just had this very nasty in-your-face sound. Let's try now the other one, which is the Galaxy Brain. So let's try with this one, the bass again. Now they can be really weird because there's many things in this one. So you have a shift section here, which is a shifting frequency. Let's turn it off. Now you have the delay, which is off. Okay. If I turn on the shift, basically you're playing with shifting the frequencies. You don't hear it, you hear it, and let's say 50-50. So you're shifting these frequencies, and you hear both. We hear the original and, because we're at 50%, if you go, I only hear the shifted one. So it's only high in pitch, and I go 5K, so it's shifting 5,000 frequencies higher. So it sounds weird. And then you get a modulation, which comes from this section here, LFO. And the sequence, which is the sequence here. So you get a sequencer. So this is actually moving this value here using this, following sync of the tempo of the song. So you can have these weird things happening here, that's for sure. So I'm bringing that down. So this movement can be up and down, or on one side, unilateral or bi, around the polarity of it. Multiplier of the speed, so divided by 4, divided by 3, divided by f. The exact speed of this, multiplied by 2, by 3, by 4. And the rate, if you're using a sync value, then the speed of it is in musical values. Now you have different lines. You can say, I just want to have 4 lines of movement, and just click on it and say, that's the movement I want. Again, it controls this. It's kind of weird. And it's easy to create these kind of off type of sound. You've got LFO, which has the same logic. The bottom one here is the same, and the rest of it is basically the speed of the LFO, the shape of the LFO, the sync of it, the rate of it, the warp, how much is going to be different in stereo. So all of this is what you usually expect. And then you got advanced. In advanced, you've got a clipper, so you can clip the drive. You can drive the sound at the pre or at the post, so after or before the effect. And you've got control also on the delay. So if you turn on the delay, so you get the type of, do you want to be ping pong or not? How much ping pong you want, feedback, and the mode. You can have frequency, so you can cut the bass on it and only have the high frequency on it. You can also have ducking. You can recovery. So when you listen to the different presets, you get the idea of where you can go. Very bizarre if you want to. When you have these shifting sound, you know that the shift is really used a lot in the 5K. Let's try this on the drums. So this is weird. You can do a lot of things with this. I think that if you keep it into a range that is, let's say 25%, to values that you can live with, you're gonna get something cool you can use. And again, if you bring these down, or use this on a send, and then you bring back the original sound louder, and this becomes just the background of moving parts when your original is clean. This is also a great way to have depth into your sound. So cool, two little plugins, two very weird and fun plugins. I like them. I like the fact that, especially, I'm a distortion type of guy, so I like the Fuzz Droid really for the nastiness that he can have, the very brutal sound it can create. And this one's just weird. Of course, I'm going to less use the shifting in my case, but I think that it can be interesting if I use it specifically on one sound. Let's say you put it on a hi-hat, and that hi-hat you play with the shifting as it plays and the delay on it. So it's going to bring out the sound of the hi-hat and not the whole drum. So there's little things that you can use like this to give life to a very static type of sound, because this one is kind of evolving. So this is really interesting. So that's it. Hope you like it. If you're curious, you can actually download it, and you have like 2 weeks of free use, if I'm not mistaken. And then if you want it, you buy the full, you buy the plugin. Stay safe, make more music, and see you soon. Cheers.